What's going on, guys? So I've had a few people asking me about the rope mod and everything for the Lonewolf sticks and all, and so I was going to do a short little video on how I set it up, how I done it, and how, you know, it works for me. So you know, if you've bought climbing sticks in the past, you know, most of them always come with big straps, much like these here that have the big buckle on them. And so, you know, you put this end on the stick, swing it around, and hook this. But packing these things in and out, I mean, no matter how tight, you can get them pretty tight on the Lonewolf sticks, but they're still, you know, if you hit some rough terrain or whatever, juggle around this metal to metal, I mean, it just makes a noise. It's not natural, so I try and eliminate any noise that I can. Now, I do have stealth strips coming, so I'm sure that would probably take up most of it, but I mean, these things are just kind of heavy and they're just aggravating, like trying to figure out what to do with the extra stuff, packing it in and all. And so what I done was went with the ropes. So this is 8mm static rope, ordered it off of Amazon. Had a family come walking by, so had to pause for a minute, but this is 8mm static rope that I ordered from Amazon. I got a 50 feet, I think, for $32 with shipping and everything, or shipping was just $32. But you know, of course, you've got your Versa button here, and really all I done was just tied, I'm no Boy Scout, I don't know what to call a knot, but just a simple overhand knot, I believe is what it's called. You just kind of take, you know, about a foot of rope like so, go around and back through, and I didn't cinch it down tight until I put it over the button. That way you can put it over the button and then cinch it down tight so that you don't have too much play and, you know, run the risk of it popping off or something like that. But pretty simple. It was 50 feet. What I done was I cut, you know, a 10-foot piece off to begin with, just to kind of play with it some to see how I liked it, and it didn't take me long to finish cutting the other ones, and you know, I got a little bit of scrap left. So I like it. It's much lighter. You ain't got to worry about the buckles and everything. So let me run over here to one of these trees and I'll kind of show you how it works. Now this is a tree, you know, bigger than what I would typically hunt out of, but sometimes you just don't have the luxury of being that selective. So say you're in a spot and this is the tree you needed to get in. Well, those Lonewolf straps, they're not going to go around this tree. So, you know, you can cut these ropes as long as you want them, and they carry their weight pretty good, you know, throughout. So when you get to the tree, you know, and you go to throw it around, it's not that hard. And what you do is, you know, you get it on there and everything, get your stick where you want it, and you just pull it down behind here, and what it does is it locks in there, tie you a little knot, and you're good to go. Now I know you'll be saying, well, if the tree's too big, then the stand's not going to fit. But if you go in and do some kind of scouting and happen to know that you're going to be in a big tree, those extra straps that you took off the stands, you can take 2 extra of those for the top and bottom of your Lonewolf stand, and you're good to go. You know what I mean? So just loop those within each other and hang the stand, if you know beforehand. And I know everybody's always weight conscious, but if you're on a run and gun, new area, you don't know what kind of tree you're going to be in, it's not going to be that hard to just put 2 of those straps in there just to be safe. You know what I mean? Let me go over here on one of these other trees here, and I'll kind of show you a little closer on how this works. So here's your button. You come in, you go around the tree. This is the extra rope. And what you do is you just pull it down behind here, and it cinches behind here. Just, it kind of pinches it. Let me show you here. See how it just pinches right back behind there? Just right here, you just on the back side and pinch. And I mean, it's pretty tight. you know, right there where it is. So after you've got it cinched, you just kind of go through here, tie you another, I think they call it a 1/2 inch, I don't know. And then what I like to do is stick it down here in between the steps, just so it's kind of, you know, out of the way for that bottom step, and just cinch it down. This angle here is kind of the angle I like to keep, you know what I mean? It's not too crazy. I mean, you don't want it way up here, but you also don't want it down here. And so these Lonewolf sticks bite into the tree. And so you can see, you know, when you climb up it, there's very little flex in it, you know. I mean, it's not going anywhere. I mean, they sink down in there really nice to the tree and all, so I like it. Like I said, you know, some people would argue this, argue that, say this, say that, you know. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but to me it seems like a much easier, simpler process to do, you know, at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was going to kind of show you how I stack them up and everything. So the way that I plan to pack them up is, you know, it's nighttime, time to get down, big boy didn't show up, is just take the rope, go around the bottom here, back up around the top, back through here, and what you can do is you can just kind of come back behind it, much like you put it on the tree, like that, and just cinch it down, make a lap around the Versa button, and good to go. And then the sticks, alright, so there's a little hole right here, and what happens is the Versa button clips into that. So on top of this other one, now these knots are going to kind of get in your way some. So what you got to do is just kind of push it to the side just a bit, just so that it's out of the way enough for it to snap back in. And snap it in there, man. And when you put this strap here, it comes with the Lonewolves. Got to have everything straight. Cinch it down. I'm telling you, that is rock solid. I mean, I had to figure out, you know, throw that play somewhere, but I mean, those things are together. They stack so nice. But yeah, that's it. Pretty simple to do.